Raw. This whole time. matting, matting. Well, we're gonna have to do that again. Welcome, guys. If you haven't done it already, subscribe to Off the Campus Boxing, like the video, do all of those amazing stuff. How is every person doing? Yeah, listen, we had to get the blue durag out in remembrance of our man. What's his name again? I forgot his name. It just lost my head. I literally, it just lost my head. Julian. Yeah, man like Julian. Big him up. We had to get the blue durag out. Come on, fam. Big up, big up, big up, Trey. Big up Uncle Jonah as well. Guys, it's gonna be a good show, guys. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this one. Joseph Julia versus Beterbiev. We got Anthony Yard in New York City in the Big Apple at MSG, the mecca of boxing. Is about to go down, guys. Right now, I can't really find any person that's backing what's his name? Backing Joe Smith. Barely anybody. In fact, I don't. The only person I can think of, maybe Tony Belly, will say, "Yeah, this guy, don't write him off. He's a hard work." That's as far as it got. Really and truly, that's as far as it got. Most people, if you ask most pundits, where is this on? By the way, guys, let me just check. I forgot where this is on. Beterbiev. It's not on the zone. Beterbiev Smith UK channel. Let's go. On BT Sport. It might have been on BT Sport, you know. It makes sense if it was on BT Sport. Alright, let's go. The zone to tell us. Boom. Sky Sports. Really? Sky Sports. That's interesting because I can't see it on Sky Sports. I can't see it anywhere. That is really odd. Where is this fight? Where is this fight? Hold on. Am I early? Ah, here it is. Here it is. I thought I was bugging. Sky Sports did a whack job of promoting it. I went on to Sky Sports on Now TV, right? And usually when there's a match up or anything with Sky Sports, yeah, it'll be like on a big screen. Like it'll tell it like straight away. You just click on it. But this one, I had to go through like loopholes just to even find where this was. So for me, I don't think that Sky Sports really put in the money to promote it in the UK, but it is what it is. We're here now. Boom, a couple of things to run through, a couple of topics to run through as well. Actually, where is it? All right. As you may know, first things first, actually, whilst we're here, we've got to talk about my man Julian. Yeah? My man Julian. It's been a mad week. I did not expect this to pick up. That's why I really didn't cover it. Like, I was expecting this. Hold on. Let me read this. Yeah, I was expecting it just to be like a World Star clip, someone getting banged in the face and keep it moving. But it really wasn't. It actually developed and it got caught, and it just caught so much fire. Surprisingly. Like I would see clips like that all the time. People in McDonald's, all the time. One thing that I have to commemorate Julian for is this. He gave the guy the opportunity to escape the situation, to walk away with his senses intact. The guy was on something. The guy wanted a fight. He literally was pointing at people, trying to, feint to them. I think he pushed another security guard as well. He had ample opportunity to walk away from the situation, but the guy was on smoke. The guy was on crud, yeah? And him and his ginger friend, bro, yeah? Bro, it's the lippy one, man. 2-2 now, smacked up by man like Julian, yeah? Former heavyweight professional boxer, been in the ring with the likes of Mike Tyson, etc. Hasn't got the best record, but the streets right now respect him. Yeah, the streets respect him. And you know what? Let this be a lesson to all of those people out there on the streets that think they could just step to bouncers on a regular basis. I think they could do it. The guy that got kicked, he didn't even look like he was drunk or anything. He didn't look like he was drunk. He just wanted to fight. And his boy as well chickened out in the end, just said, "No, man, why you gotta do that for, man? Why you gotta do that for?" Shut up, bruv. Yeah, but it's just what I'm saying, man. Like all this yip 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 yip. Yeah, when he gets cooking, yeah, the guy is just like he's folded already, bruv. He's folded already. He didn't even. The thing is, yeah, if he was an honourable and noble man, he would have just jumped on Julian himself and just said, "You know what, F it, man. If I get knocked down, I get knocked down." But he just piped down straight away. He just piped down, fam. Yeah. Anyway, on the way back here, I want to know what they were talking about, fam. In the ambulance, like when they just was there an ambulance called? Should there have been an ambulance called? Probably. Yeah, probably an ambulance should have been called. But imagine you just sitting there with your boy, like, rah, fam. Yo, okay, it's kind of long, fam. Yeah, we're all over a lot of the boxing media. Tyson Fury's talking about us. Yeah, it's we've been exposed. And what do we do now? What do we do now? Like, are we boys now? Like, if you're the guy on the floor getting slumped, are you going to look at your ginger friend and be like, "Where were you? Why didn't you just jump on Julian?" Or do you look at him and say, "You know what? There's nothing you could have done"? Because I want to know what that conversation's like, you know, and I want to know what their families are thinking. You get home and all of your family members have seen a video of you getting slumped, yeah, outside outside box spot because you're getting a bit leery, fam. To be fair, it's probably not the first time. They probably see you get leery all the time, so it is what it is. But regardless of that, Julian, you are a hero, bro. You are a legend. Yeah, you been in the ring with the baddest man in the planet. Yeah, you lost. It is what it is. Yeah, at least you got in the ring. At least you got in the ring, fam. And this is what I'm saying. Boxers nowadays, they don't go to even professional boxers. Yeah, they want that easy route, fam. You at least stepped up to the plate. You got your ass whooped. Is what is. Although I did look at his record, I wanted to look at who's he beat. He beat Danny Williams back in the day. It is what it is. Matic, I think it's like 1991 or 1999 or something. It was a while ago. Back when I think Johnny Nelson was world champion, but let's not talk about that. But remarkable by like Julian, yeah. He's been in the ring with Mike Tyson, but unfortunately Mike Tyson is in the headlines for the wrong reasons.
Oh, I'm feeling beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I'm feeling beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I'm feeling beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I'm feeling beautiful.
Yeah, Mike, fam. Whoa, Mike. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the heavyweight, like getting hit by that velocity just makes you an abnormal person. Or maybe you've got to be in a abnormal frame of mind to get in the ring as a heavyweight boxer, knowing that you can just get slumped. But I don't know what's up with Mike, you know. I don't know what's up with Mike this week. So I think somebody has to let you know. Mike's like this guy was the baddest man on the planet. People would look at him and be feared. Now
Oh, I'm feeling beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
you know what? Like, I don't know if it's maybe he's dressing up for grandkids. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Maybe he's dressing up for somebody who's terminally ill as well. Maybe he's getting changed to go to a hospital because somebody the last wishes wanted to see Mike Tyson and dressed up in a bumblebee, or dressed up as a bumblebee. But like Mike, man, like, do you know what? I think he needs to. I think he needs help, man. Personally, I don't want to laugh at him, but I think my man needs a little bit of help, a little bit of assistance, because I don't think he's in the right frame of mind. But to be fair, how can you be? How can you be? For some of the stuff that he's been through, he's been to prison. He's done like he's done the most. He's done the most. Of course, he's not in the right frame of mind. He can't just switch that back off again. And I hope he is seeking help. I don't like. I don't. I'm not like a huge fan of the whole podcast that he's on. It's just not for me. I'm not saying that I'm against it, but it's just not for me. But I hope that he is seeking some sort of help, because this is not like bro.
Oh, I'm feeling beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I'm feeling beautiful.
At least he's sharing some positivity. At least he's sharing some positivity. Is what it is. But fam, it has been a crazy, crazy, crazy week, fam. A crazy week of boxing. I was expecting this week as well. Anthony Joshua getting an announcement. What's happening with Anthony Joshua? Guys, maybe I'm bugging out or something. Maybe I'm bugging out completely. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Maybe I'm expecting AJ to, at least share some sort of announcements. But Eddie Hearn said earlier this week, that AJ was going to announce the Usyk fight. Yeah, I was expecting to see this fight just be announced, ready to go. What's happening? What's happening? It's disappointing, man. It's disappointing. Maybe I'm being impatient. Maybe I am. Maybe it's because there's no other like high level boxing around this time. So maybe I'm just not like, oh, this is a big fact. But you know what I'm talking about, the creme de la creme, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But there's not like huge boxing matches nowadays. Or in the last couple of weeks, you can say. So that announcement, it's just sticking out like a sore thumb. It just really is. Because let me give you an example. Let's just say let's say Tyson Fury boxing this weekend. Let's say Canelo boxing this weekend. My mind will be completely off it. Like, it will be, if Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford is on this weekend, I promise you right now, I won't be looking forward to an AJ announcement. I'll just be like, yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, I could care less. Because, okay, Beterbiev Joseph Jr. is a big fight, and I am looking forward to it. But you know what I'm talking about, man. Like, if it was a box office mega fight, I would have overlooked it. But hopefully AJ could announce it sometime early next week. I'm just praying. But yeah, right now we've got Nova versus Ramirez. We're into round number 1. I'm gonna briefly look at that, but hopefully this fight is a good fight as well. I do hope this is a good fight. I do enjoy watching Ramirez. Do you know what? Both of these fighters, it's just the way they fight, the skill level. I am a fan of those as well. So might as well see the round 1. And then got one more topic before we get into the Joseph Jr. versus Dimitri Bivol. Guys, I haven't slept all night, so forgive me if I start saying some mad stuff. Hopefully I don't get cancelled. Alright. Let's get back into the boxing. Jab by Ramirez. Uppercut by Ramirez. Jab 1-2 by Ramirez. That's it. 1-2 by Nova. Left hook by Ramirez. Jab by Nova. Jab by Nova. Double jab. Triple jab. Triple jab. Right hand. Ramirez is keeping up a good distance. Keeping up a good high guard. Lowering his stance. Very good boxing by Ramirez. Jab by Ramirez. Okay. "20 seconds after the clock." Alright, it was a good first round. Very difficult to decide who won that first round. Very, very, very difficult to decide who won that first round. Whilst we wait for them to come back, we have to speak about the Gypsy. Well, do we speak about the Gypsy King? Let me know, because I don't know what this guy is on. I really don't know what this guy's on. I ain't gonna lie. I just want a definitive answer. I want him to either relieve the belts or fight somebody. Because right now, he's not doing either. And I know he's just coming off a fight against, Dillian White, and I know he's just filled. Is that his mandatory? Probably, yeah, that's his mandatory at this point. But I don't necessarily put too much blame on Tyson Fury. I put more blame, really, on Mauricio Sullivan and the WBC. Really and truly. Because how could he decide when he's going to be an active fighter or not? Well, he can't. Well, not an active fighter, but active fighter with the belt. I think that should be taken out of his hands. I think that he should, or the belt should be off of him until we get a definitive answer of whether he is still fighting. I think that yes, he doesn't have to. His next fight doesn't have to be necessarily mandatory, but I think they just signed some sort of agreement saying that you're actually going to, remain as a WBC champion. Otherwise, what is the point? What is the point? Like, what, you're just gonna hold on to belts, and what the WBC, even though it's their belt, they're just gonna sit there and just let you do whatever the hell you want. Not really for that. Not really for that. And I understand that he wants to come out of retirement for a minimum of £500 million. Yeah, 500 M's. I'd rather, well, I got one chance linking up with Beyonce than Tyson Fury getting 500 M's for a fight. That's like, come on, bro. Come on, man. That's like saying I want to buy flipping, I like OTC, but we're going to buy Chelsea Football Club. Come on, man. I mean, that's got more possibility than Tyson Fury getting 500 M's. Literally, OTC by Chelsea Football Club. Yeah. Ramirez is just running around on the outside. He's not actually one of, not Ramirez, sorry, nobody's running around on the outside, not engaging in the combat. Good parry jab, good right hand. Okay. But yeah, Tyson Fury. I just want, listen, keep the belt and fight, or agree to actually have a fight, but sign something that says, okay, I'm actually going to have a fight. Okay, it doesn't have to be against mandatory, but I'm scheduling to have a fight, or relieve the belts. That's what needs to be happening. And look, he wants to be the longest reigning lineal champion since who's I think it means since Vladimir Klitschko. But like, what is that, a duration of time, or is that how many fights? Because I don't really look at duration of time. Because in that duration of time, what, in since 2015 after he defeated Vladimir Klitschko. How many fights did he actually have? 6. I think it's 6 fights. He fought Pianetta, Seferi, Tom Schwartz, Otto Wallin, Deontay Wilder. Well, let me just count this again. Pianetta, Tom Schwartz, Otto Wallin, Deontay Wilder, Dillian White. He's had 8 fights since 2015. And it's now 2022. Like, come on, bruv. Like, I understand all this lineal championship stuff, but you can't just have a belt and keep it for like a year. They come back next year or 2 years later, fight for it again, and then do the same thing over and over again. That's not necessarily. And yes, he did fight one of the top 2 people in, or top people in boxing in terms of Vladimir Klitschko. Deontay Wilder was definitely up there in the top 3. However, the inactivity, the lack of top level opponents on this record leads me to believe that, to be considered a great, and when I mean great, I'm talking about worthy enough to be a top 10 fighter, you've got to do a little bit more. Personally, you've got to fight for, there's a lot more you got to do, basically. A lot more. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just fight Otto Wallin, couple man, jump up, fight the big boys, come back down, fight the little man, and then back up and fight the big boys afterwards. For me, like, that doesn't determine that you're a top level fighter. That just means that he is a top fighter, but he's not Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, Jack Johnson, Joe Lewis, Lennox Lewis. Rocky Marciano level, man. There's levels to this, man. There is levels to this, and he's got to do a lot more to even get to that level. He's in a weaker era with less fights than all of them. Makes no sense. If anything, he's got to have more fights. He's got to have double the amount of fights. Forget wins. He's got to have more fights than they had in their career. Right, this is heating up, bro. Ramirez, Roma in the pocket. 1 minute 36 seconds left on the clock. This is heating up. Let's go. Good uppercut. Okay. Good slip by Ramirez. Double jab by Nova. Jab by Nova. Hook by Ramirez. Hook by Nova. Jab by Nova. Jab, triple jab. Good. It's getting better, guys. It's getting better. It's heating up. Good right hand by Nova. Oops. We're round number 2. Actually, let me just go back a bit. Oh, okay. Ramirez is taking him out. Nova is holding on for dear life. Okay. This is versus. Yeah. This is really heating up, guys. This is really heating up in terms of. Hold on. Let me just have a little banner here. Let me just create a little banner whilst we're at it. Boom. Let's go. Round 4, Ramirez, Nova. I think this is the fight before the fight. Michaela Myers on the microphone tonight. Good job by Ramirez. 1-2 by Ramirez. Left uppercut, double jab. Good job with that. Nova, very, very skilled, very awkward fighter. At moments, he runs outside of range, he runs around the ring, and at other moments, he sticks inside the pocket and just decides to counter punch. Very recognizable beard as well. Looks like an uncle if you cross him, you know, if you see him on the road. But you don't want to get a Julian Francis right hand if you try it on him. See what the streets are saying. Hold on. Okay. I think Anthony Yard to the boarding as well. Raw, guys. You know what I just clocked? Hold on. The chat's not pulling through completely. I just noticed. No way. What's going on? Alright, the chat's not coming through. Apologies, guys. It's what it is. Trey says that I'm still stuck on honor of Julian. But yeah, this is going to be a light work for Beterbiev. Jay Lanks. Big up Jay Lanks as well. Bruce Cabral, sorry. Chat shit, get banged. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chat shit, get banged. Oh, Ramirez got caught with a good left hook. Now they're in the pocket. They're just swinging left, right. Let's go. In the pocket. Oh, low blow shot, but it don't really matter. Nova looks like he's got titanium balls, but it doesn't matter. Let's go. We're back into round number. Well, I don't know what round we're in at the moment. Pick up Stitch as well in the cut. As well, guys, completely forgot. I don't know why the chat's not coming through. I always see on other people's streams, you know, like the chat isn't pulling through. And I'm just thinking, like, nah, but it should be like. So, but yeah, I guess I guess it happened to me as well. I guess it's happened to me too. Another thing, Anthony Yard. We'll talk about Anthony Yard. Should we talk about it now or after the fight? Nah, we talk. This is a good fight, you know. I can't lie. We'll touch upon it afterwards. We'll touch upon it after because it is a deep topic, man. Anthony Yard, in terms of him and what happens with the belt, and you know whether he should fight for a title. A lot of people want him to fight Buatsi. Is those just Buatsi fans that they you know they feel as though that could be a great elevation for them to become, for their boy to become world champion. We'll touch about that in a bit. Usually I don't cover a lot of undercard fights, but this fight is cooking. I do actually for UK fights. I do for UK fights. A lot of US fights probably not. I usually catch up a couple of them after, but this is really cooking. Good right hand by Nova. This is a very, very intense fight. Both men are going right at it. Both men are looking for solutions. This is a very tactical encounter between Nova and Ramirez. Good right hand by Ramirez. Oh, Ramirez is Ramirez is a solid jab. Big Nova tried to step forward a little bit. Ramirez just bang, like good jab. Good jab by Nova, jab to the body, but it's not getting any kind of effect on Ramirez. Ramirez is smiling, thinking, "Yo, fam, big man thing. You're getting it tonight." Pause. Minute left on the clock. Nice uppercut by Nova. Good left hook by Ramirez. Right hand left hook by Ramirez. A part of me thinks it's going to be a knockout, but you know what? If it is, it might be late. Oh, speak of the devil! Speak of the devil! Speak of the... Bruv, I swear to God, yeah, I was literally saying that. Bruv, what a knockout. What a knockout. Guys, I promise you, this is getting clipped up. We're putting this out, fam. I literally, how am I just saying, I don't think it's going to be a knockout anytime soon. Crash bang, wallop. Ramirez with a good right hand landing on Nova. Nova is just, he was completely gone. Referee called off completely. What a knockout. What a knockout. Nova struggling to get up at this moment of time. Hopefully that he will recover from this quickly. That shot came out of the blue from Nova's perspective, but what a power shot that Ramirez threw. What a power shot. Yeah. Sometimes not always again about power. It was the accuracy. It was the accuracy of punch. Cleaned him like right that sweetly. Once that right hand left his hip, it was only going one way. It was only going for that KO. Ramirez is admiring his biceps. He's saying that, look, titanium. I hear him, man. I hear him. Stitch in the corner. Ishmael Salas in the corner. Let's go. What a corner that he's got there. Of a wealth of experience. Good. This is what happened. Good right hook that just slipped. Followed by a back left hand straight down the windpipe. Right hook, left hand. That's all she wrote. Nova, he didn't see, he couldn't really defend against that. He tried defending against the right hand, but that right hand was just landed, or he just missed just about. But the left straight follow up meant that regardless of whether that right hand would have hit, it was a setup for the backhand, and that's exactly what's happened. Remarkable performance from both fighters. Good stoppage by Ramirez. Wow. It's the complete replay. It's on complete replay, guys. What a knockout. What a knockout. What a knockout. Wow. TKO, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, or 20 seconds, sorry, of the 5th round. Goes up to 10 wins, 1 loss on his record. What? Yo. if I speak. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, drinking a bit of Tetney as well. What a fighter! What a hell of a fighter! Everybody wants to take the picture. The whole crew, the whole team. He must be proud of himself. He must be proud of himself. What a performance! What a performance from him. Also, guys, I'm not sure I really like to talk, but if you guys can like the video on the way in, that would be absolutely amazing. What a KO! What a KO! All right, let's go. Interview time. All right, over to you, fam. All right, let's go. ESPN interview. Let's get cracking. Speaking in Spanish. I'm just nodding my head as if I know what the hell he's saying. I understand a couple of words here and there, but nah, I ain't gonna focus on what my man's going on about. I can't believe I turned around and said, "Oh, what is it? Like, we're gonna get a knockout." Or I'm not expecting a knockout anytime soon. Bang! Straight knockout. I'm gonna do the same thing for Joseph Jr. fight. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. In terms of Joseph Jr. versus Beterbiev. Hold on, let's see what my man's saying. He's talking through the whole knockout. What a remarkable knockout. Big up everybody in the chat. If you haven't done it already, subscribe to Off the Canvas Boxing. It is a vibe here, absolutely. Big up as well for all of the guys on Twitter, all of the guys on Twitch as well. If you're on those platforms, like the video. Can you like on Twitch? Just follow. Just follow. Tap to the body. What to see the opening was created, and then he took the chance. It looked like it. It looked like it. He saw the opportunity. Bang! Jumped on it. Ludabella walking around in the back. I think that's Ludabella. Good team. Good team of good experience as well in his team as well. What a knockout. What a knockout. Alright. And to the yard. Before we talk about Joseph Jr. versus Beterbiev. And to the yard is in New York. In fact, I think he's on the comms tonight. I think he's doing punditry. For me, I want to see Anthony Yard get a world title shot end of this year. However, I'm of the belief that he needs a fight between, at least a fight the next month or so, and win against, or just be out there and beat a top level of, or at least a half decent opponent, get into the winner of or let's just say Beterbiev, because we all know he's going to win. Fight Beterbiev in the winter time or in October time, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he can win those belts. I know it's a tough ask, but Beterbiev is a huge favorite. Huge favorite. We'll see how he does tonight. Maybe he looks a bit off it. Maybe he looks like he's aging a little bit. He is 37, I think. Maybe, Joseph Jr. may have a little bit of a blueprint that can at least cause Beterbiev some problems. I know Callum Johnson, caused him some problems, but maybe he could show him a little bit more. Maybe it could be a questionable win. Maybe it could be like a split decision win. Maybe. And then, Anthony Yard can use those tools, use those skills, or, that maybe Justice Jr. Employed to cause problems to Beterbiev, and then later on in the year turn around and say, you know what? Let's use these tactics. Let's use these tactics. I'm not saying that he's definitely going to win. I'm not saying that he will win against Beterbiev, or that his resume warrants for him. Beterbiev versus Joseph Jr. Beterbiev is registered as Canadian. Let's not talk about that. But in terms of Anthony Yard, should he fight Buatsi at this stage of his career? No. And if this is a Buatsi in that same position, should he fight Anthony Yard at this stage of his career? No. The reason why I say that is because he's in line for a world title shot. Why would you want to risk it and fight Buatsi? It makes no sense. Yes, if he beats Buatsi, he'll be ready for a world title shot. And that's what people are saying. But if he's put in a position by the WBO to potentially fight for a world title, whether he's ready or not, that's not Anthony Yard's fault. Why would Anthony Yard put in people or put in obstacles in front of him and say, you know what? I'm going to fight the toughest opponent until I get to a world title shot. It makes no sense. Everybody in that division, and I'm talking about the light heavyweight scene, wants the belts, wants the world title shot. A lot of people in other divisions, like the lightweights, in terms of Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, they're not really that interested in their titles. In the light heavyweight scene, it's like gold dust to them. So if Anthony Yard could go in and beat Beterbiev and get a world title under his belt, become unified champion, the world of options will be placed in front of him. Let me just give you an option. Let me just paint you a picture. Let's just say he opts to fight no world title shot, not ready for it. Let's fight Joshua Buatsi. Cool. He goes in the ring, boxes Joshua Buatsi. Let's just say he wins. What happens next? He then has to fight for a title. At that point, Beterbiev would have beaten Joseph Jr. Then what? Beterbiev would have won in the ring against, I don't know, a half-decent level opponent. Or maybe against unification against Bivol. And then what? And then afterwards, Bivol, whoever wins, Canelo is in the mix as well. Like, there's a lot more problems if you just want to go down the Buatsi route. In terms of, the delay in getting a world title shot. And for me, in my opinion, I think that this route, albeit I prefer, I would have preferred him to fight a couple of times this year, maybe earlier in May, not in May, but let's just say he fought in December last year. Let's just say he fought in April, and again he fought, I don't know, August time. And then he went into the fight against Beterbiev. I would have been more confident that he would, not more confidence, but I'll have a lot more faith and confidence that you'll get a really good Anthony Yard on that night. But do you know what? A part of me thinks as well, what is the difference between fighting a complete bum in the next, couple of weeks to doing a hard spar? really, what is the difference? Really, I could be bugging. Some people really be like, oh, no, but like, it gets him under the lights. It means that he can go in smaller gloves. It means that he can fight in front of a crowd and feel what that pressure means. But at the same time, I'm just sitting there thinking that would work for both fighters. And to the yard, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think from my opinion, I don't think he gets really flustered by whether there's a crowd or whether there's no crowd. The reason why he lost to Lyndon Arthur when there was no crowd, that played a part in terms of applying the pressure and applying the intensity, etc. But really, there was a lot of circumstances around that fight, from personal problems and personal tragedies. And speaking about personal tragedies, I want to share my condolences to Spencer Fearon's mother. Sadly passed away, I think, last week. Here's some sad news. I know he held his mother in high regard, and just wanted to wish her, a peaceful afterlife, and condolences to the family, etc. Okay, but in terms of Anthony Yard now, what has he got to do? What has he got to do to beat Beterbiev? Number one thing that he's got to do is work on his footwork. Work on his footwork. And work on moving around the ring. Beterbiev is a heavy hitter. So is Anthony Yard. I think that if they both get into an exchange, it's going to be a very bloody contest. But I think that it's a very risky move, and I think that Anthony Yard is a younger fighter. He's the fresher fighter, and if he just uses his athleticism, uses his attributes, and jab, move, right hand move, and when he's in close quarters or fighting, in close range, using his ability to have a very high guard, hook to the body, double jab out, some very simple shots. It could be like a frustrating night for Beterbiev. Beterbiev, 17 wins, 17 by way of knockout. He is an extremely hard hitter. His jabs feel like a right hand. His right hands feel like a hammer. This guy is a legit threat to the rest of the light heavyweight scene. He might be even the best light heavyweight in the world. Some people could say, Bivol. I'm gonna say it's Beterbiev. This guy is legit. Power. Oh my goodness, this guy is remarkably strong. And I do hope that everything as promised will be announced. There is some skepticism, and I do understand where that's coming from, with regards to whether Frank Warren and Bob Arum can fulfill their promises and schedule and still deliver this fight. There is some level of skepticism. I do get it, due to the fact that they have, I would say, let us down a little bit in the past with regards to the Tyson Fury AJ bout, and we have some PTSD from from their promises, shall we say. But in this circumstance, I'm more hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful, simply because, in terms of Frank Warren's standpoint, he won't promise Anthony Yard unless he can deliver it. That's just in my opinion. He promised Anthony Yard the world title shot against Kovalev. He went in, well, and he delivered again. Well, he delivered the fight, the Kovalev fight, to Anthony Yard after having 16. I think he had 16 professional fights at that time. He did have a lot of professional fights, and he went in the ring with Kovalev. In this circumstance, in the rematch, I think that it makes complete not rematch, but in terms of his fight against Beterbiev or even Beterbiev Jr., who I'm giving no chance to. Sorry, guys, I'm giving no chance to. I don't know about everybody else, but me, OTC, some people have want to refer to as WarTC. I give Beterbiev Jr. very little chance, and if he proves me wrong, if he goes in there and beats the mighty Beterbiev, I'm going. I'm the plaudits that I'm going to give this guy. It's going to be remarkable. It's going to be absolutely remarkable, and I think that for me, after beating Beterbiev, you are the best light heavyweight in the world right now. And also, people may say Bivol beat him, and therefore Bivol is. But if he beats Beterbiev, for me, there's no question. You are number one at that point. You are number one, and at that point, it's like maybe I'm just. It's because I rate Beterbiev so highly, and I think that he would, hit a win over Beterbiev would be like a catapult. Maybe I have to reassess that after, but that would be an outstanding. Would that be upset of the year? Probably. So far, as of now, probably, because I not any person is no. How many people do we know? Let's give Beterbiev even a hope and pray. How many? I don't know, a single person. Maybe Tony Bellew at best is saying that. Beterbiev Jr. is the hard fighter, and I've shared the ring with him, and he's a very difficult fighter to, to fight against. It's hard as nails, etc. Which I don't doubt any of that. I don't doubt a single thing of that. But in this circumstance, he's up against a live warrior, a warrior that's got power in both hands, that's extremely skilled, that durable as hell, and has got the heart of a lion. It's a very difficult task to overcome and beat that individual. Extremely difficult to beat that individual. But we'll have to wait and see. Be sure to subscribe, like the video if you haven't done it already. In terms of this fight, in terms of Beterbiev versus Beterbiev Jr., how do I see this fight going? For me, it's going one-way traffic. I think it's going to be a Beterbiev win by way of knockout in round number. I'm gonna say round number 7. Knockout win for Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev Jr. has some skills within him. He can crack. He rocked Bivol slightly. He can crack a bit. However, this is a completely different beast. He is very open to being counter punched, as seen in his last fight. I know it was a last minute opponent, but a last minute opponent doesn't mean that your defense is as open as it was on display. And you know what? Do I think that maybe Callum Johnson could beat the likes of Beterbiev Jr.? It's a fair point. It's a fair chance. It is possible. Beterbiev Jr., out of all of the light heavyweight champions, he is I wouldn't say the weakest, but he is the least like you're putting last in that list, should we say? You're gonna have to put him very last in that list. He would see some knockouts by Beterbiev. But like I was saying, Joseph Julia open as a woman who's for the streets is what it is. For me, he's got to come with the master game plan in this fight. He can't go in like he normally does. He can't go in like head rush, start throwing 5, 6, 7 combinations. He's got to keep it simple. He's got to keep it long. He's got to use his footwork and run around the ring and point score his way to victory. Because there ain't no way he's knocking out Beterbiev. So he's got to use his attributes and point score his way to victory. As for Beterbiev, he's just got to be Beterbiev on the night, close the distance down, maybe adopt a lot more hooks to the body. And if he does that, Joseph Jr. won't be able to run around the ring for too long. And I think once he's nailed him down, pinned him down, and his foot and his feet aren't moving as quick as he would have liked, Beterbiev will jump on him and say, you know what? Enough is enough. I got places to be. I've got things to, I got places to be. I've got people to meet. Sorry, bro. It is what it is. Yeah, that's what I think. That's how I see that fight going. Put it in the chat as well, guys. Let me know how you guys see this fight. Who do you guys have winning? Do you guys have Joseph Jr. causing an upset? Do you guys have Beterbiev winning this fight? I'd love to know what you guys are saying. Right now, I think currently the fight is, I think we're about to enter the ring walk. I could be mistaken. We'll see the crowd, a blacked out crowd. Light little stretch. Shout out Mark Goldbridge. I watched his video and he was like, I need to do bare stretches, fam. Alright, we're back in. We're going to the ring walk, guys. I think. How we got here? Nah, fam. Let's see what the streets are saying in terms of that. I think people are still like excited about that knockout of, I think Ramirez knocking out Nova. Smith or Beterbiev, who you got? Says Craig Richards. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go Beterbiev, 7th round KO. Is it Beterbiev or Beterbiev? I want to know, because there's a UK way of saying it. Well, not UK, but it's like an English way of saying it, and then there's a Russian way of saying it. Well, I don't, he's Canadian, like he's Canadian until he opens his mouth, then everyone's gonna be like, "Raw, fam, where are you from, fam?" Mad. But yeah, let's go see what the streets are saying in general. Hold on, bear with me, guys. Big up Spencer Fearon. I think he's doing a live right now. I see a picture of my man, Blue Do-Rag. Shout out Blue Do-Rag. Yeah, hopefully he recovers from that situation. Bro, that Julius Francis right hand, bro, took him out. Where is it, man? Hold on. That's it, Beterbiev. I was about to bug out, man. See what's going on, fam. Yeah, Beterbiev. 175 pounds. Both men actually look really good at the scales. 5'11" to Joseph Julius, 6 foot. Swift Julius got the reach advantage by 3 inches. 70 wins, 70 by way of KO by Beterbiev. 28 wins, 3 losses, 22 wins by way of knockout. This 37-year-old Beterbiev versus a 32-year-old Joseph Jr. This is going to be a very good fight. I think this is for all of the belts, apart from one which is held by Dmitry Bivol. Which belt does Dmitry Bivol? I think it's the IBF. Dmitry Bivol's got, was it the WBA? Actually, it was WBA. The WBA is held by Dmitry Bivol. The rest of them, are held by these two gentlemen. So whoever wins this fight, hopefully no draw, but whoever wins this fight is going to walk out as unified champion or light heavyweight champion of the world and the number one light heavyweight on the scene. No, I know Biff will beat the likes of, or he's beaten Callum, or he's beaten Joshua Jr. and he's beaten Canelo Alvarez in his last fight. Canelo is not a light heavyweight, so how much credit should he get? Really debatable. Very, very debatable. Alright, we're in this fight, going for the ring walk. Beterbiev is ring walk. Let's go. Let's do this. WBC IBF World Champion. Let's go. Just with Junior, well, they call it him the beast from the east, but there's only one beast from the east. Lions in the camp. We don't get weak, we get deep. Yeah? Pull up, show up, pull up. Come on. Lions in the camp. Good tune. Good tune. They played the script. Hall of Fame. Big rhythm. Big rhythm. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. A lot of people's predictions say Beterbiev KO round number 8. Beterbiev win round number 9. Let's see what people are saying. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see if you can find any more predictions. The ring announcers we imagine. Man, like Steve saying, what TKO Beterbiev round 7 to round 12. That's like the second half of the fight. Beterbiev tactical breakdown. Tactically breaks Joshua Jr. while using his jab and distance not allowed Smith to cover the range and begin to land swiping left hooks and break Smith down to get the stoppage in the 7th. Interesting. I don't know what this guy's saying. Let's see what a couple more people are saying. Split decision, Smith. Wow, okay. Beterbiev by KO. Smith is getting slept on. I got Smith. Beterbiev, but not for Smith. Smith by stoppage. Beterbiev by KO. Okay. Okay. Let's go. 17 fight, 17 victory. 17 KO wins. Let's go. Beterbiev. 17 wins, 17 KO. Undefeated. Well, I think probably might be undisputed. Lightweight champion of the world. Let's go, fam.
Let's go! I'm ready!
He's ready, fam. He's ready. Alright, we're here, guys. Do we need to score this fight? Let me know if you guys want me to score this fight or you guys scoring this fight. Let me know as well. I'm here with USA comments in the... Alright. We're into round number 1. Let's go. Alright, good right hand by Beterbiev. Looping right hand by Joseph Jr. Right hand by Beterbiev. Jab by Joseph. Beterbiev is the one on the outside. Jeffrey Jr. is the one aggressing. Very contrasting tactics to what I expected in this fight. Okay, Jeffrey Jr. wants to headhunt or wants to capture Beterbiev early. He's seen the blueprint a little bit sooner because Beterbiev has been knocked down a couple of times, and both of those circumstances have been in the early part of the fight. So he's looking to attack Beterbiev early, may taper off towards the middle fight or towards the next couple of rounds. Jeffrey Jr. is going right for it. Beterbiev holding on for dear life. Beterbiev right in the clinch. To good jab by Beterbiev. Jab by Joseph Jr. Both jabs between both individuals are capturing of the gloves. Good footwork by Beterbiev. Left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook by Beterbiev. I think Joseph Jr. came in with a good game plan, but it looks like he's getting counter-punched by Beterbiev in the first round. No knockdown. It was a slip. Minute left on the clock. A minute left on the clock, guys. Okay. Right hand by Beterbiev. Beterbiev's already clocked onto what's going on. Jab by Beterbiev. Jab by Joseph Jr. Joseph Jr. has got to jab his way out this round. Wicked left hook by Beterbiev. Good right hand by Beterbiev. Jeffrey Jr. He looks out of the race. He looks like he's feeling those punches. This is what I'm saying. He started playing with fire and he got burnt. Julius Francis setting. So let's go. Double jab. Oh, good right hand by by Beterbiev. Beterbiev Jr. has been knocked down. It was a very much a flash knockdown. His knee touched the canvas. 10-8 round to Joseph Jr. 10-8 round to Beterbiev. Very good start to the fight. Very good start to the fight. That was round number 1. I scored at a 10. Well, I think it's self-explanatory. 10-8 round to Beterbiev. Joseph Jr. has felt being knocked down for the first time of his career. Now about to enter into round number 2. Let's go. Back up. Let's go. And we're into round number 2. Good double jab by Beterbiev. Beterbiev is now the aggressor. Right hand by Beterbiev. Joseph Jr. is throwing less and less punches as the seconds go by. Good slip or good right hand by Beterbiev. We don't want to see no replay, ESPN, bruv. What are you doing, fam? Bruv, ESPN's saw it out, fam. Good uppercut. Wow. Joseph Jr., he's playing with fire, bruv. This guy is just not serious. Okay, good jab by Joseph Jr. Now he's, okay. Jab, right hand. Oh, good right hand by Beterbiev. Joseph Jr. gets been spun the second time. This is not looking good for Joseph Jr. He's playing the wrong tactics. He's playing fire with fire. He's saying F this stupid tactic. Now you're going to get your ass whooped, fam. Yeah, easier than what you could have done. Good right hand by Beterbiev. Uppercut by Beterbiev. Left hook, right hook, uppercut, left hook, right hook. Bob. Oh my god, right hand. Oh my god, Joseph Jr. Third knockdown in the fight. 1 minute 40 left on the clock. Joseph Jr. His hands on his ropes. He's looking at the floor. He looks like he's been sucked out of any kind of confidence in his life. This is getting embarrassing now. Right hand by Joseph Jr. Joseph Jr. run back to the fire. Why is he doing that? Why is he playing the most riskiest fight that you could potentially do? His corner team asked the corner team from Joseph Jr. telling him, use your right hand. I would not be advanced. I would say use your feet. But jab. Good right hand by Beterbiev. Left hook, right hand. He's gone, bruv. Joseph Jr. is gone. Jab by Beterbiev. Why am I saying jab by Beterbiev? What is the point? Because every chop feels like a right hand. Anyway, left uppercut, right hook, right hand. That's it. Joseph Jr. is gone. He is gone. What a knockout. What a knockout by Beterbiev. Hit him with a solid left hook, left uppercut, right hand. Joseph Jr. was just dazed. He was wobbling, he was rotating on the front foot. He was gone. Absolutely gone. What were those tactics by Joseph Jr.? You see, when we mention poor tactics, this is what I'm talking about. You got a guy who's a natural power puncher, who is naturally more powerful than you. He's got probably the highest knockout ratio in boxing as an active champion right now. And you go in there with him and start to fight with him. Like, for that, this is why he lost in the second round? This is exactly why he lost the second round. Exactly. The guy was just playing with fire. I'm gonna fight how I want to fight, bro. I want to do what I want to do. I'm focused on, bro. This is what happens when you start moving like that, bro. It is tough going in the ring with Beterbiev. Both men are brave enough to get into the ring and batter against each other at the highest level. But that was a very, very, very poor tactics. I expected better from Beterbiev Jr. I expected, but Beterbiev didn't even get out of second gear. Did get out of second gear. And I would say Swift Jr. was supposed to be the quicker fighter. He was supposed to be quicker on his feet. He's the younger fighter, but Beterbiev just was moving his feet as well. And Jetta Jr. wanted to, I don't know what he was on. What was this guy doing? Somebody please let me know. Apologies, guys. I do not know what is happening. The chat is not appearing visible here, but I might have to just look it on. All right, cool. Stay Pattern said it's over. Absolutely, it's over. What a performance by Beterbiev. Really didn't have to do much because it's a bit like Jeffrey Jr. went into the ring and punched himself in the face. He might as well would have done that. Like, what was the point of going up against a boxer, or sorry, not boxer, a heavy puncher, and trying to firefight with him? That's like trying to out sniper a sniper. That's like trying to, out kick a kickboxer. Like what was he thinking? What was he doing? What? Wow. I expected a 7th round KO, and I expected a better performance from Judge Jr. Sorry, mate. Is what it is. Beterbiev doesn't think that he's the best light heavyweight. I beg to differ, bro. You are the best light heavyweight. No questions asked. Like, bruv. I'm still in shock, guys. I am still in shock. Like, just sitting there thinking, what kind of... But at least we got to the yard fight. Makeda Bai wants a Bivol fight, does not want the Anthony Yard fight. Listen, Makeda, I do respect what you're saying, but I don't think that's okay, Brian. Actually, hold on, come to think of it, I don't think that is her. I think that's the other lady. Apologies, Makeda, but the other lady forgot your name. It doesn't matter, bruv. Frank promised it. That's what we're gonna get. Anthony Yard versus Artur Beterbiev in the O2 or wherever they're gonna fight in December. I'm here for this. I am here for this. What a performance. We're gonna wait 1 minute and then we're gonna end the stream. We're gonna do like a quick reaction video. And yeah, this is I'm very very disappointed in Joshua Jr. Well, at least you could go sleep earlier than I expected. I expected to be going to sleep at flipping 12 o'clock. But fam, I'm still grateful for Beterbiev to put up this good performance, man. Fam, I don't know what's going on with the chat. It's not coming through, fam. Big up, Bruce. No way, Anthony Yard beats Beterbiev. It's tough. It's a tough ask. It is a tough ask, but at the same time, I'm just going to be behind Anthony Yard 100%, and I do hope that he gets a W. For me, is it out of the question? After watching today, it's a very tough ask. This guy's legit. This guy is a powerful individual. This guy you see here in Beterbiev. This guy's legit. This guy's a powerful boxer. This guy packs a punch. It's going to be a tough ask. But I'm here for the support, man. I'm on the Anthony Yard train, hype train. Well, not hype train, supporters train. Lies at the camp, you're done though. We don't get weak, we get deep, bro, yeah? And hopefully Anthony Yard's right hand will get deep into Beterbiev's chin. Tough ass, but unfortunately, it's the hope that kills you. No way Yard beats Beterbiev. No chance. Do you think BTEC shoulder roll is going to keep Beterbiev up him? I don't think that's going to be the tactic. And that's why I'm a bit hopeful. I really don't think that's going to be the tactic. I think they're going to analyze Beterbiev, see what type of shots he throws. Maybe they might do what they did against Dylan Arthur and just parry the shots up there. So just like puppy parry, and not necessarily sit there do like shoulder rolls. I don't necessarily agree with that tactic. You got Anthony Yard there, Adidas shirt, collared up, chains, Tunde Jai next to him, Martial Genius, yeah. Beterbiev prefers unification fights, and Beterbiev wants to become undisputed, and rightly so. I'm in agreement with that. I think that's what he should be. That's what his motivation should be. But overall, but in terms of shoulder roll, that's not a tactic that I think that he would definitely employ. I think that's something it doesn't make sense to do that against a power puncher. It doesn't make sense to do that, really and truly. From my opinion, in my perspective, it would be staying on the outside a little bit more, jabbing, move, jab, move. I think Anthony Yards is very athletic, is very quick as well, so he can employ a tactic that will make it a little bit more difficult than what Joseph Jr. employed today. I expected a 7th round KO win by Beterbiev. I expected Joseph Jr. to hang on a little bit more and to really, settle into the fight. But the first 2 rounds, he just wanted to go hell for level. I got knocked out. Like, fam, if you start being brain dead, this is what brain dead stuff gets to you, fam. Yeah, shout out, Julian. He showed us the exact same thing. You start moving like that, that's exactly how it works. But in terms of chance, on paper, it's going to be a difficult task. But at the same time, this is sport. This is sport. Like, I've seen Norwich, the worst team in the Premier League, 20th place, about to be relegated, beat Man City. I've seen like the best team in the world of all time in Barcelona lose to Chelsea with 10 men. Like, in sport, things can happen. And you know what? When you got power as well, like Anthony Yard does, it is possible. Beterbiev has been dropped before a couple of times. But Anthony Yard, who has got a lot of power, I believe he's got a lot of power. Some people may disagree because of the opponent that he's faced hasn't been at or opponents he's beaten hasn't been at the most highest of levels, and the power that he has isn't been tested against, or hasn't been tested and been successful against the creme de la creme fighters. I do get that method. However, I do believe that in terms of, I think that he could just jab and move against Beterbiev, be a little bit more economical, fight a different kind of fight, not go in there round one, try to go gun cold and knock Beterbiev the hell out of there. He may be a bit more like quicker, but at the same time, this Beterbiev guy, like the power that he has, every shot, jab, feels like a right hand. Right hand feels like a hammer. Uppercuts feel like a chainsaw, bruv. Like, this is the level of power that we're talking about at this top level of boxing. Yard has zero chances going from Arthur to Beterbiev. I can't say he's got zero chance. This is box. Like, come on, guys. He's my favorite fight. He's one of my favorites, but it's tough. It's tough. I agree. It's tough. But let me just hold on. Let me just give you a consolation here. Let me just give you a consolation here. And this will put things into a little bit more perspective. Before Andy Ruiz, bearing in mind hasn't got, I wouldn't describe it as like one punch knockout, like knockout power, should we say. He's quicker with his hand for one punch knockout. I doubt it. In terms of power, I wouldn't say he's the most powerful heavyweight. Before he knocked out Anthony Joshua, do you know who he fought? I've got it here. Alexander Dimitrenko. Yeah. Before that, Kevin Johnson. Before that, David Vargas. Okay, and then he took an L against Joseph Parker, which is a questionable L, which I thought potentially he might have won. Before that, Franklin Lawrence in 2016. Like, what I'm about to say, like, moral of the story, and I know some people may disagree with this. This is heavyweight. No, this is not heavyweight, but this is boxing, and this is at a weight class that you can't get knocked out. Anthony Yard has got power. He has got some skill as well. I have to give that to him. Yes, so he hasn't beaten the top 5, light heavyweights in the world. I agree. He's not beaten top 5, not even top 10 light heavyweights in the world. He's not beaten. In terms of skill, sometimes you just got to open your eyes and look at it for yourself and say, okay, has this guy got enough skill to mix it at the top level? Potentially, but it's not battle tested. So it's a very difficult way of then turning around and say, yeah, he's definitely going to win. But Beterbiev for me is the clear favorite. I'm not disputing that, and I'm not arguing that Yard is definitely going to win. But I give him a chance. Might not be the biggest of chances, but I can't lie. I've seen miracles happen. From a boxer perspective, where some fighter comes out the blue and you see, what the flip, and all of a sudden, crash bang, wallop, KO, and gets the hell out of there. Adrian is far from power for power compared to Beterbiev, who is chasing undisputed. Beterbiev is not power for power either, in my opinion. I don't. But AJ, do you know what? I'd say if Adrian beats Usyk, if Adrian becomes undisputed, and if Beterbiev becomes undisputed, who am I likely to put in the power for power list? Beterbiev or AJ? Maybe I'm being biased, but I will put AJ in there. On the simple fact is this: I don't think Beterbiev has, even if he beats Dmitry Bivol, any person that he has on his record isn't at the power for power level or at the echelon level as the likes of Vladimir Klitschko and Alexander Usyk, and who is already power for power number 1 or number 2 on most people's lists. So for those reasons, I'm gonna that's what I'll do. Maybe I'm just being extremely biased. AJ's got well worry about against Alexander Usyk if he beats him. Yeah, which I'm hopeful, but it's more so praise than actual expectations. I'm probably expecting a very good performance, but it is what it is. He will be, if he gets undisputed, yes. I'll put him on my power for power list if he becomes undisputed. Absolutely. In fact, if he becomes undisputed at light heavyweight, beating the likes of Joseph Jr., beats Anthony Yard, and beats Dmitry Bivol, I am comfortable in putting him in the top 4 pound for pound. Top 4 pound for pound. I'm comfortable in putting him in there. And I'm comfortable in dropping Inui to 5th. If Beterbiev becomes undisputed, I will drop Inui to 5th. That's just in my opinion. Especially if he continues KO streak. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Because my power for power list goes as this. Well, there's mine and there's what me and the great defeaters came to a compromise. So I'm going to tell you what me and not great defeaters, but me and what I don't even have a terminology for this community. Interesting. We'll think about it very soon. Maybe on is there any boxing very soon? Maybe I've got a couple of ideas on the on next week's stream, or if there is a stream next week, let me just check boxing schedule. So next week will probably be the end of March, end of June. No, it's a bit early. So what is happening towards back of this month? Who is fighting? I completely forgot. I don't think there's any big fights though. 25th of June. Ron Basai versus Rodriguez. Hold on. Bruv, we're not ready for IT support, bruv. Get out of here. All these pop-ups, bruv, some funny pop-ups. Like fam, have you not seen them ones? Like them pop-ups. Jane is or flipping Sharon is 5 miles away from you. Matting. Anyway. Rodriguez versus Rugby next Saturday. Beterbiev versus Rios. I can't always pronounce. I always mess up his name. Apologies. Martinez versus Arroyo. Martinez is a hell of a fighter. But who else is fighting next week? Come on, guys. It can't just be that, man. Rodriguez, Rob Versailles. Oh my god. Oh my god, fam. We've got a Sky Sports show. Sam Magative versus. Okay. The week afterwards, we've got Brady's versus Up to the. What the flip? Steve Cunningham is. Not Steve Cunningham. I think Jason Cunningham. That's it. Jason Cunningham versus Tete. Zolani Tete, okay. Chisora Pulev in 2 weeks. Maxayo, okay. This will okay. Guys, I'm afraid to say this, but it's been difficult, but there's not going to be a stream next week. We've had pretty much a stream every week. Last week, did we have a stream? Who was fighting last week? I can't remember. Somebody told me who fought last week. But regardless of that, let's see what everyone's saying. Let me get the pop codes for the list. Them annoying pop-ups. Bruv, you don't know what I'm talking about, fam. Flipping Janet is 5 miles away from you, fam. Get out of here, bruv. Flipping, and this is some free picture, fam. I don't want to see that. Anyway, it's haram, bruv. Okay, power for power list. This is my power for power list. In no particular, well, no particular order, but let's go from 10th to 1st. I think I got it up here. I think I had it on my, because I don't want to get any of where was it? It was on my tier list, bro. Hold on. Tier list. Hopefully it's still there. Hopefully it's still there, because you know when you make some tier list, it still appears there. Category, blah 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 blah. My account. Hold on. Oh, hey, it's here, fam. It's here, fam. Got it. Alright, here's the proper power list. Number 10. I didn't agree to this. Personally, I would have had him off my list completely. Dimitri Bivol. I would have had him off my list, and I would have had Estrada or Triple G on my list. One of those. Probably Estrada. Number 9, I've got Devin Haney. Number 8, Errol Spence. Number 7, Vasily Lomachenko. Number 6, Jamal Charlo. Bro, you don't know what I'm talking about. 154 guy. Yeah. And number 5, Josh Taylor. And number 4, Inoue. 3, Crawford. Number 2, Canelo Alvarez. And number 1, Alexander Usyk. That is my powerful power list. Like, I think after speaking to myself, I made my own kind of like mini list, and then spoken to a couple of the great defeaters. We need to make a name for the community, guys. That's still pending. But let's just say we've spoken to the fans. I had Canelo Alvarez still at number 1 on the basis that he's done so much that he's even after a loss against Dimitri Bivol at 175, it's too high. He's way too high to be dropped down to number 2. But then again, that got overruled. People say, nah, man, he just lost, bro. Nah, bro. Anyway, I had to put it number 2. Another contention was Bivol at the bottom. Everyone else on the list, I think it was pretty justified. Devin Haney, people wanted a bit higher. I can't put him higher after one real title win, because I think the Linares one counted as a title win because he was awarded a WBC belt via email. So I think that one may have counted as a world title fight. But regardless of that, I can't have him anywhere higher than towards the bottom, personally. That's just me. Yours and the compromise list. Oh, my one. Yeah, my one, you just take flipping Bivol at the bottom, where you put Estrada there, and you put Canelo Alvarez at the number 1 and Alexander Usyk at number 2. Everything else on the list pretty much is exactly the same as it stands. Loma over Spence, yes. Loma over Spence. For me, Lomachenko, what is he? I think I had his stats as well up here. What was it again? He was I think it was a 2-3 weight world champion. He's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Like, and I was just looking, I was rattling through those stats. I'm like, I find it very difficult, even after the loss against Teofimo Lopez, to put him below Errol Spence, who Errol Spence is just dominated the welterweight division. But at the same time, he's only dominated one division of his career. And some of these other men on the list have either become undisputed or have dominated 2+ weight classes. That's what I think. I think it's very difficult to put Spence ahead of Lomachenko. But Loma's in 7th, Spencer's in 8th. If you want to swap them around, I ain't that mad at it. It's not the end of the world. It's like swapping flipping. Who is it? It's like swapping flipping West Ham for Leicester. It's like, bruv, if you want to do that, I'm cool with that, fam. I'm cool with that. And the only guys I give to Beterbiev is Bivol and Boat. Why Boatsi? Why Boatsi? Like, do you know what I think? I think Boatsi is getting the Charlo treatment. What I mean by this is, what I mean by that is this. People want to see Charlo Charlo fans want to see Charlo get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. And they will do the most to justify as to why Charlo should get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. But they don't really mention Canelo Alvarez's standpoint. For Canelo Alvarez, it makes very little sense to fight Jamal Charlo. However, in contrast to Anthony versus Boatsi, right now, it's no point for Anthony to face Boatsi if he's got a world title shot right in front of him. The whole point of fighting Boatsi is to get to a world title shot at the end of it. If you're not going to get a world title shot afterwards, what's the point of fighting Joshua Boatsi in the first place before a world title shot? When it's pretty much on the table, so all right, you've got a world title shot. If that's off the table, I get it. I understand. But if that's on the table, and I don't think is Boatsi even ready for Beterbiev? After the Craig Richards fight, probably no. Because if you can make a case for Craig Richards winning that fight, which is very possible. On the night I was there, I had Craig Richards winning the fight on the day. We watched the fight back again. I gave it to Boatsi by a 1 round, where I actually starred 4 rounds in that fight, 3 to 4 rounds, I think. That was so close. I find it difficult to then tell around and say, you know what, you're in for a world title shot. You're in for a world title shot, especially after the Bivol fight against Canelo Alvarez, which, like, if Bivol looked whack against Canelo, maybe, but Bivol looked completely different to how he did do in the Boatsi fight, which leads me to believe that if Craig or Boatsi got in the ring with him at this present time, I think it would be a very difficult night for them both, personally. By your logic, Shakur is a multiple weight champion. Shakur Stevenson hasn't done enough for me. Shakur Stevenson is on my honorable mentions. Errol Spence is. The thing is, when you come to the pound for pound list, it's very difficult to have a strict criteria and say, I'm going to go based on just resume, or I'm going to go based on status and what you have accomplished. You can't really do that. Because if you're going on resume, sheer resume, just sheer resume and nothing else, I would put Triple G, I would put Canelo Alvarez, I'd put Usyk in my top 3 or 4. Okay? I would put Jamal Charlo off the list if it's just on resume, I'll throw him right off the list. If it's on resume, David Hayden will be right up the list as well. But you have to. It's a bit of a combination of both. It's a criteria that, okay, firstly, resume, or not resume, accolades and achievements, top level guys that you've beaten, and how long you've been at that top level. Because if you just hopped into the scene, if you just hopped into became a top level fighter, I can't put you ahead of all of these other ones that have been at that level and been consistent at that level for a period of time. That's just in my opinion. While Boatsy is solid and he's more of an all-round better. Ooh, is Boatsy an all-round better fighter than Anthony Yard? He should be. He should be. In theory, he might be. But in reality, if you really look at it, I think it's a lot more closer than what we would have liked. A lot more closer. In terms of Boatsy, Olympic bronze medalist, 258 management, he's been managed pretty much, with bubble wrap around him. He should be having a lot more skill, power, and everything like that. He should be further on paper than Anthony Yard. But at this present moment, if I had to put the both in the ring and say who's going to win, I would say Anthony Yard's going to win. And the simple fact is this: the chances that Craig Richards had, and this is what I already knew this before that fight. That fight reaffirmed this. That fight reaffirmed it. Boatsy, even though he has, moments where he has, great outbursts, etc., on the counter punches, he leaves himself very open. Very open to punches like a hook or an uppercut or whatever those, those very short, sharp punches. He leaves himself very open to those. And I think if Anthony Yard wanted to get into an exchange with Boatsy and catch him with a couple of those shots, I think he gets him the hell out of there. Personally, that's how I see it. If I think, do I believe that Boatsy, if he hits Anthony Yard with, his power shots, would he go? Probably not. Because in terms of durability, I would have Yard and Craig very similar in terms of that front. Very similar. And we saw it in that fight that Boatsy couldn't get Craig out of there. So based on that, I'm also thinking that I don't think he'll get Yard the hell out of there. So if I wanted to even predict that fight, it would be a Boatsy points win or a Yard stoppage. Can Yard win on points? Maybe. But I highly doubt that as well. That's why I'm saying him and Bivol gives issue. Not with, but only hopes to be beaten the monster Beterbiev. Basically, that's why I say Bivol gives issue. May not win, but hopes of beating the monster Beterbiev. No. I don't know. It's tough, I need to see Yard, bro, get in the ring against somebody like in the next couple months or something and get active, man. And then get back into the ring against Beterbiev later on in the year and just go for it, man. Could he, I'm not guaranteeing that he could win, but I want him to fight the best he can. The same way as Anthony Joshua. I want Anthony Joshua. For me, I've contemplated and really became comfortable with the idea of AG losing. I've come comfortable with the idea of AG losing. And if he does lose on the night, but he puts in a hell of a performance, I'll be content. And that is the same case with Anthony Yard. I want him to win. It's a tough ask because his opponent is the best light heavyweight in the world. The best light heavyweight in the world. Well, as it stands, I'm talking about if you have to put them all, rank them all together, he would be the best light heavyweight in the world. And therefore, the idea of him winning against it becomes, it's a very difficult task. Regardless of that, this is Beterbiev this night. Great knockout win against Joseph Jr. I'm going to do a quick reaction video and I'm going to be uploading that fairly soon. Hopefully the AJ announcement will be coming very soon as well. If that is the case, we got something special for you guys as well. If you haven't done it already, like the video on the way out. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. We're very close to 500 subs, so if you guys click the sub button, I'll be eternally grateful for. We're here at 4:52 in the morning. Peace, love, and prosperity, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.